Vince Pharaoh overhears people talking about a dead man who was going to start a well-paid job. Pharaoh, in need of money, steals an envelope containing the instructions for the job. He arrives at an event in a secluded place. He is ordered to strip, and his boot heels are cut off, in order to check for surveillance equipment. The organizers accept him for the job instead of the dead man. The job is participation in a series of Russian roulette games. There are several participants, identified by number. In each round, the participants have to spin the cylinder of their revolver and shoot when the light of a special light bulb is switched on. The event is organized for the enjoyment of rich spectators. One of these spectators being Jasper Baggs, who places bets on who will survive. Baggs bets on his brother Ronald, who was brought from the mental institution. One of the participants, Patrick Jefferson, who was brought out from prison by his patron Jimmy to compete, begs Jimmy to help him but is ignored. He then bargains with Jimmy about the hidden loot which he and his son robbed from a truck before going to prison. He requests Jimmy to give half of the loot to his imprisoned son and Jimmy can keep half of it if he dies in the game. In the first round, the participants each get one bullet in their revolver. They are arranged into a circle, and each has to aim his revolver at the man in front of him. Pharaoh tries to back out, but he is forced to participate. As number 13, he survives the first round and fires his gun only after being threatened with death. In the second round, in which 2 bullets are placed in each gun, Pharaoh survives only because the man behind him is killed before he could fire. In the third round, with 3 bullets in each gun, Pharaoh again survives, along with 4 other men. In the final round, Pharaoh is one of 2 survivors randomly chosen to participate in a duel. The 3 others are finished and get a large sum of money. Jimmy then tries to garrote Jefferson to steal the map of the loot to take all the money for himself. Another employee catches Jimmy in the act and demands that he stop, insisting that nobody is allowed to harm the surviving players. Jefferson then reveals the supposed map to Jimmy, which turns out to be blank paper, and mock Jimmy for being fooled by him. As the angered Jimmy leaves, Jefferson collects his belongings and leaves, but not before burning the paper, which turns out to be the hidden real map of his loot, so no one cannot find it, as well as fooling Jimmy from pursuing him later on. Against the odds, Pharaoh wins the duel and gets $1,850,000 USD. He also learns that his opponent won his last 3 duels. He collects his winnings and sneaks away from the mansion, arriving at a train station. When he spots police closing in on him, he stashes his winnings in a garbage can. After being interrogated by the police, he retrieves the money and sends it to his family via registered mail, and buys a toy for his sister's birthday. However, on the way home, he is shot by Jasper, partly in revenge for Pharaoh having killed Ronald, and partly to steal the money. As he thinks Pharaoh still has the money with him, Jasper escapes with the money bag, not knowing that it only contains the toy. Before dying, Pharaoh takes out the package receipt and swallows it, so the authority and Jasper will not be able to trace the money.